west, the smoke has impacted air quality across the country. Explain more about how heat waves and droughts are impacting fires and what we can expect in the years to come.
So in just about every case this season, when we've seen a heat wave, it's been followed by bad wildfires. We saw that in British Columbia, right? That Pacific Northwest heat wave that even in today's warmer climate is a 1 in 1,000 year event. And before global warming, it would have been a 1 in 150,000 year event, to give you an idea. Well, right after that, remember the town of Lytton, I think it was called, in Canada, Lytton had high temperatures that broke records 3 days in a row. And then on the fourth day, they had a fire that was so big that 90% of the town burned. So anytime we see these fires, these heat waves, we tend to see these elevated fires, these more intense fires. That's what's happening across the Mediterranean right now, where places like Greece, Italy, Sardinia, Turkey especially, we have hundreds of thousands of acres that are burning. And at the same time, we have record-breaking high temperatures. In Greece, we are very close to an all-time record high for the country. And so when you see these heat waves get more intense, and that's the case with climate change, they're becoming a lot more intense. That heat wave in the Pacific Northwest defied logic even for meteorologists and climate scientists who expected this to happen. You tend to see these horrible fires. We're seeing it in British Columbia, and that smoke is making its way across the United States, especially in Willis and that depression, and we're seeing it all across Siberia right now.
Jeff, some of these dry areas, and particularly here in the western U.S., have experienced flooding as well. Can you explain how this is happening?
Yeah, so the lower atmosphere, so climate change tends to intensify the water cycle. So we're seeing this drought in the west, which is the worst we've seen in generations, if not thousands of years across the west. And it's because when you warm the atmosphere, it extracts more moisture from the ground, it evaporates more moisture from the ground. At the same standpoint, when you tend to have weather systems that kind of bring together or congregate moisture, there is just simply more moisture available in the atmosphere. Because remember, more of that moisture evaporated from the soil, right? So you tend to have heavier downpours. So now we have a monsoon. Last year we had a non-soon. There was barely any rain in last year's monsoon in the desert southwest of the United States. This year it's one of the worst I've ever seen. And so now you have all these burn scars across the west. You have very dry ground, and all of a sudden all this heavy rain all comes at once, not spread out over time, and it's causing this massive flooding. So in Colorado we saw I-70 close because of a huge landslide, and it is causing all kinds of flooding problems across the west right now.
That's really interesting, Jeff, the way that you described it. The burn scars on that's
So in the case of New York, we had a storm out storm, which on climate change. It comes out on Monday, and we're going to have it for you right here on CSN.
Sight all too familiar in Greece in recent days, a large wildfire spewing black smoke.